All right there, you degenerate fruitcakes. Don Carlo Fiore here to talk about LOOM Network. Forget about it. We got a lot of action since the last video, so let's break it down for you. Okay, so since the last video, we've had this big breakdown from BTC and everybody crying, blood in the streets, Bitcoin breaks down. In fact, BitBoy Crypto said it was the biggest BTC breakdown ever, which is a complete falsehood. Actually, it was a nice little dip, but it was nothing to be called historic. Well, since then, since the last video, rather, we were talking about possible landing spots for Loom and what would happen if we had a little bit more of a correction after we were somewhere around this level. So we had talked about none other than touching down on the 50-day EMA, which we did, and also meeting the price line at the EMA where the fib circle, the 3.618 magical fib circle ring, could potentially cross the 50-day EMA. So that did happen. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so on the stochastic, we do see a crossover. So this could be good. It could mean that since the MACD has hit this low point here, and since we have quite a bit of divergence between the %K and the %D, this might be the point where we start to crawl back up and finish out this little cycle here and start to go with the positive bars above the zero line. Now, of course, there's no guarantee. We could dip further down. Sometimes the stochastic will just do its own thing and it could move up like this and then curl right back down. In fact, if you look closely, you can kind of see where the %K, the blue line, is kind of curling down. It went up. It goes, let's see if I can just draw this over right on the chart here. It goes kind of up at this angle and then it comes back on the next tick as this candle is kind of pointing downward just a little bit. This green candle is coming off of that peak. So we don't know for sure. There's no guarantee that this thing is going to absolutely cycle back up into the overbought zone again. So this might be the base level right here. And we could bounce up to this next fib ring and then start that move upward again. But the whole thing is going to depend on the depth of correction of what? BTC. So that's where my eyes are to see where BTC is going to take the bounce and start to either sideband or move back up. Now, everyone thought that BTC was forming a possible bull flag. It looked like the price action was doing something like this. And it was coming to a point, and so we were guessing that it was going to move up and blast off to say 60,000. But as we now know, we have confirmation that Bitcoin broke to the downside. And that's why we see this correction across the board as our lovely insiders just cleaned the clocks of most of the retail investors who had tons of stop losses taken out and liquidations across the board. Now, if you invest like I do, these things don't bother me at all. I'll tell you why. Here's why they don't bother me. My average price for LOOM Network right now is right here at 5.5. So if I'm in at 5.5 cents and we're hanging out way up here at the 12 cents area, and then we jump down here and take a dive to below 10 cents, I'm not bothered. I'm still nearly at a 2x. And so this could happen again. I'm not really that worried because in time we're going to hit another upswing or we're going to move up. So let's do the continue on this. Stop bothering me, TradingView. When you buy at the right time, then you're not taken out by these dips. But when you buy here on the run, and that's why I always tell people, don't ever buy into a run. As a matter of fact, let's make that red. Don't ever, ever, ever buy into a run. If you're new, remember that. When you buy into runs, you can get wrecked. Now, you can get lucky and you might make some small gains, but chances are, whenever corrections come, you're going to get slapped upside the face. So you're supposed to buy when things are doing this, long consolidation periods, okay? As a matter of fact, that's not even where I bought. And so we would have to go to the 1 day. Let's go to the 1 day chart. And we're going to need to actually scroll this up and squish this down so I can show you where I bought. So I bought, let's make this blue so it's neutral. The first time I bought was way back here in the dog days where it's laying low like a dog on the ground. Then we had this nice move up. I missed it, but then I sold right there where you see the red hammer. I took profits right there.
Guess what I did? I started accumulating again down here, and then we had this nice spike and a correction. And so everyone got nervous because people were buying up here. And it didn't shake me because I came in way back here in this area. So what did I do after that? I knew there was going to be another consolidation period. So I started buying again. Here we go, right there. And then we had a nice spike here. People started buying into this run, and then it corrected. They started panicking as it went down. And what did I do after that? I started buying again. That's the way I do it. So my price range on this particular bag that I have maybe 11 purchases that go from 2.3 cents all the way to 11 cents. Okay. So that is how I buy to guarantee that I don't get wrecked. And that's the way I would recommend that you buy. So that's about all I have for right now. And I'd like to know what your thoughts are on Loom. What do you think the next move will be? I'd like to know what your comments are and your thoughts. So please, if everyone could please take a moment to like and subscribe. I would appreciate your continued support and your vote for me as your guide through the crypto forest, shining a light in the dark forest to illuminate the pathway to riches and freedom. Thank you, my fellow Americans, for supporting me in this endeavor, and we will see you very soon on the next update. Good night, and God bless. We'll see you.